Everyone, Rogue Leader here, back with another video, and today we have another LEGO review, this time of the 2022 75337 ADTE Walker. This is based off Revenge of the Sith, and is definitely the most hyped up and liked set by the community for the 2020 summer wave, because, you know, ATTs have gone up so much in value. I think a sealed one of the 2013 one would be like $600 last year. It might have gone down a little bit because of this new one. But, and of course, we did get the long asked for Phase 2 Commander Cody, so that's very nice. And yes, $140 in America. And yeah, I'd say it's the best ATT ever. But let's take a look at those minifigures. Here is our probably the most liked minifigure of the set. It is kind of the figure that the fans have been asking for. I mean, this and a File First Battle Pack have been asked for as old as time, like a very long time. But the new Commander Cody was knocked out of the park. Very good. I do think that it would have been better to make a helmet that was molded with the visor, because in the show the visor, one, never moves, unlike, for example, Boba Fett's rangefinder, that moves, so that makes sense that it can move, but this never moves. And two, it also just doesn't look as accurate. And I will be comparing the helmets of 212 Troopers when I get to those figures. You can see he's got a new head with the scar all on his eye. And then also just very good printing. He's got the kind of gray waist type thing that he has in the show, orange stripe, and also the first clone trooper to have waist printing, this like piece that holds together the legs. I forget what it's called, but that has printing. All of the 2020 versions of 2020 style clone troopers don't have that, and I'm pretty sure all the other ones just had black, so I'm pretty sure this may be the first time we've gotten it printed. But yeah, very nice figure. Again, just wish that helmet was molded, but yeah. Next up is what they call the 212 Clone Gunner, but it's really just a clone gunner. If we compare it to the older gunner from the 2017 set, you'll see there's nothing. It's just updated. There's no like orange, for example, saying that's from the 212th. But yeah, it also uses the new helmet with the holes, and I don't love that, just because, you know, the holes aren't filled, and it looks really bad with like this kind of just random like extra jut out, this like the hole jutting out. Like, it just doesn't look right when you just look at it head on. But besides that, the printing is great. I love the like kind of like armor bit he's got on right here, and then also the just regular white legs, which we've seen in other places, and then of course just regular clone head. The 212th clone trooper, they actually called it the 212th clone trooper this time, because I believe in the last one they just called them Utapau troopers, so in the battle pack. So yeah, real quick review. He's got the, you know, common printing with like the gray indents kind of thing and orange markings that are not accurate, because it should, like we see on the older 212 trooper. Let me grab one. You can see it comes to a point, whereas this one does not. They should fix this. That's definitely a problem. And also it uses the newer helmet holes, or newer helmets with holes. But yeah, you can also see that it might be kind of hard to tell, but the newer helmets are a little bit shorter than the older helmets. Like, so these are a little bit taller, and this is a little shorter but wider. And yeah, you can, when you have them next to each other, you can really notice the difference. It's not that noticeable, but if you really take time to look, it's very noticeable. And, you know, again, I just wish they had stuck with the older helmets and reserved the helmet hole helmets for figures that need them, like, for example, Cody or Fives or Rex, like those type of figures that need those helmet holes for the antennas and rangefinders and all those things. But yeah, we do get 3 of these 212 troopers, one with this shorter rifle and then 2 with the longer rifle, and that guy just fell. But we do get total of 3 of them. And unfortunately, it seems like this will be the only way to get them, because recent leaks have said that we will not be getting a 212 battle pack, which is very unfortunate. Would have loved to army build these, but for now, if you want to army build them, you're gonna have to go to Bricklink, and they're probably gonna be like $10, and so that's gonna end up being a lot of money. But yeah, final minifigure is the battle droid, and funnily enough, they've added. They're still using the gunmetal gray rifle for the battle droid. This is something that I believe started with the Kashyyyk battle droids, and is now just being used a whole bunch. I think like now it's completely switched to, like, I'm pretty sure they were using gunmetal gray in the Repel fighter tank. I know they're using gunmetal gray in the new advent calendar. So just something I noticed is that they've switched from black to gunmetal gray for the rifle. But I mean, the figure's the same. Nothing really to talk about. A head, a torso, legs, 2 arms. But yeah. The side build of this set is a dwarf spider droid, something that is not seen on the Battle of Utapau, which this set is based off. What is seen is a crab droid, so it's really unfortunate. They really messed up the separatist side of things. If they had done it right, I would have said, 1 battle droid, 2 super battle droids, and a crab droid, but instead we got 3 regular battle droids. I don't know when the last time we got a super battle droid was, and then this dwarf spider droid that we get all the time. I mean, like, we got one, I think, in 2019. I think we got one in 2017. We got probably a few. Oh, we got one in 2013, I think, and then we got a few with the older sets, the Clone Wars sets. So yeah, we've gotten a bunch of these. Something we've never gotten is a crab droid, but still looks like we are not, yeah. Trend's still going of not giving us a crab droid, but that's very unfortunate. That's not unfortunate is this beautiful ATT. I absolutely love the way that this looks. It is without a doubt the best one. I do not unfortunately have the other ones to compare it to, but just from what I've seen of other people saying it and just how they all look, this is definitely the best. But yeah, I love the new feet. I know a lot of people have said they don't like them, but I like the look of them, not using the dishes, also not using a dish right here, instead just using it brick built. That's also very nice. What's actually very nice is that there are barely any stickers on this. I mean, there are quite a few. There's 2 here, 2 on this side, another one, and then 1 here and another on the other side. But it's not as much as you might expect. Like, I know the older ones, they had stickers galore and stuff, but it's very nice. Another thing is there are stud shooters, which are the newer stud shooters, and also these are the first time an ATT's had stud shooters, because the last ATT, the 2013 one, did not have stud shooters because it was a year before they were introduced. But I do like how integrated they are. They don't stick out like they would on other sets, like maybe the Jedi Starfighters. They're just right there. But they are very integrated, and you wouldn't notice them. It looks accurate. I also like the fact that there's not giant gaps. There are some gaps, but that they can't do everything when it's kind of hard to get these angles and not have gaps, but I like that there's definitely fewer gaps than previous models. I guess we should just start the flick stud shooters. You just shoot it like that and it goes flying, never to be found again. You can take your clone gunner and you can put them right here in the seat. There's unfortunately no studs to keep them there, so what happens is if you move it by this, if you use the gun to move it, he'll start bouncing around crazily. So that's kind of unfortunate. But, and it's not like that would be a hard thing to fix. I think pretty much anyone who's been with Legos could think of many ways to solve this problem, and I'll probably be making a video on how to improve this set, and that'll definitely be one of the things. Something to note is if you move the cannon from back here, he doesn't spin, by the way. Just something interesting. It's got a little control panel, nothing new. We've seen that 100 times. The cannon moves up two notches, and then if you move, it doesn't move any notches down when it's just straight on, but if you were to move it to the side, you can move it down 2 notches. So yeah, got 4 cannons on the front. If I can just angle these down and move that out of the way. We got 4 cannons, they all move. These ones are very strong just because they're actually like built technically in. These ones are just like placed on, so they can fall off a little easier. They do use these little like, I forget what these are called, but like joint pieces to keep these 2 panels down, which is nice. I know on the last one they used clips and it kind of looked weird. It's got some nice lights, which are cool. Very you know, accurate, I guess. You can grab these 2 gray circles, one there and one there, these just tiles, and just pull this whole thing out. Do be careful. I would not recommend pulling it out from up here, because this thing is all built kind of like was it studs on top. It's all built on its side up, so yeah, it's very weak and can fall apart easily. So I'd recommend grabbing it from these 2 studs, but it does look very nice. You can see it just kind of stands there on its own, and then you can take a 212 trooper and put him right in there, and he'll fit perfectly in there. And I did mention before how these helmets are a little shorter than the older helmets. Don't worry, you can still fit the taller helmets into the cockpit. It's very, oh well, I need to put his arms up. Let's see, get that. Oh, now the cannons are in the way. Don't worry, you can do it, trust me. There you go, see, he's all fine in there. But yeah, you can see it through the window. So yeah, so yep, that's just there. And then we do have an interior. The back interior is definitely the better interior. We got some guns on the back. But then you just pull this thing apart, and you can kind of see how it's held together. And then you pull it down, lift this up, and then you can pull all that apart, and you just have this giant interior. So yeah. You do have a little bit of a weapons rack, and it has studs on each side, so you could move it to this side. And I mean, I think all of you guys know how to use a weapon rack. You just take your weapon and you put it on the clip, and it holds it there for you, like that. And then you also have 5 seats right here, so that's very nice. You got 1 seat that has, if I could just pull it off, this cool like targeting sticker. So you got 5 seats. You can put all your minifigures. Unfortunately, only 5 clones, and 2 of them are taking up the pilot and the gunner, so can't fill up all the seats, but that's okay, I guess. I wasn't really expecting to get, you know, 8 clones in this set. We did get 8 minifigures, but not 8 clones. You also have a fire extinguisher right here, coffee mug right here, and yeah. And you can just, again, close this up, and everything just, the clones fit and stuff, and you can just I'll close everything back up, and yeah. There is a handle up here, so it I don't have the ATOT with dropship, but I'm assuming it doesn't work with the ATOT and dropship, just because that was made in like 2008 or 9, and this is made in 2022. So I don't think they're still making handles to fit with sets that have been retired for a decade. But it's very nice. I do love the feet, how they kind of just, when you shake it, it moves. And then when you put it down, they all kind of just go into their place. Unfortunately, I've seen that a lot of people have been complaining that the legs aren't as posable as the other ones, and that's definitely true. These ones are basically fixed. I mean, you can move these a little bit, but I mean, they're just, when you let go of them, they're just going to go back to how they were. I do like the gears here, the exposed gears. It makes it accurate to the source material. This is kind of posable, so you can like put it in the front, put it in the back. I guess like you could, no, you can't really make it like in the air trying to take a step, but yeah. Anyways, you do have this other interior, which you just lift up by lifting this up. There we go. And then you can just, again, pull these out. You got a thing that has a bunch of grenades, or thermal detonators, I guess. Then you also have this little crate that has white binoculars, which you don't see those binoculars in white very regularly, so that's kind of cool. And then the interior, you may have just saw that. It's kind of hard to get your hands into, so they do make it easy. You can just pull these seats out and put your 212 Trooper in them, and then seat them in there, just like so. And then close everything back up. You can fit 2 minifigures in that part. You can see one on this side, one on the other. And then of course you can fit 5 figures back here. So all in all, 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 8 for the gunner and 9 for the pilot. So 9 total minifigures. But that's not all. Later part of this video, we're gonna see how many clones we can fit in here. But yeah, they all just close up very nicely. You can see that actually all 4 of these giant panels, 2 on this side, 2 on that side, are built almost the exact same, just, you know, angled the right way. And you can kind of see that there's these slope pieces that you just pull over this piece, and if you bend it, you do 2 notches, I believe, and then you just pull it over, and that just fell off, unfortunately. I've had a few problems with these just falling off, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. If I just pull it, see, yeah. But you can see that they just kind of pulled it and make it so it doesn't move. So yeah, I don't know why this one's having so much problems, but that one's not. But yeah, I'll have to look into that and see if I built something wrong. But yeah, and then just, you know, everything closes up like I've showed you. But yeah, and then now I've showed you everything. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how many clones we can fit in here. So here are 5 clone troopers that we got with the set. I've also gone ahead and gotten a bunch of File First and 212 troopers and my older style gunner. So I doubt we're gonna be able to fit all these figures on, but we're gonna see. All right, so let's start. I'm just gonna grab this older clone gunner and put him in here for the pilot. All right, there's one. Come back here, open everything up. If I take this out, you can actually fit a bunch of troopers here. I'll grab some. So obviously I'll do these guys in the back because they'll be harder to get to. But you do have a few black studs right here, so you can fit a clone right there. And then you can also fit some clones like that. Got another one. So it's gonna be pretty cramped, but you know, we've already got 3 extra seats, and then of course we'll grab our, if they'll come off, there we go. We'll grab our 212 troopers. There's another, so we're at, let's see, 1, 5. All right, 6, 7. All right, then 8. Gotta use the older style 212 trooper. All right, pull this down. Gotta kind of push his hands up a little bit. But 9. There we go. And then everything should just close up. Yep. There we go. It's 9. Pull this out. I'm gonna pull these thermal detonators out because they're not that important. Like, these are just some, like, you know, crates and stuff, so they're not as important. But we can fill these up too. Here's 10, I believe, right? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10, 11. go. 12. And we'll take these other 212 troopers. Here. 13, 14. And then for the last one, 15. All right, we can fit 15 clones in here. So we actually came pretty close to all the clones I gathered. We have 2 remaining troopers. Can we? Oh, actually, we might very crampedly, if they put their hands up, we could sit them right there in front of the guys. All right, and if we do it on the other side, we can fit. Oh wait, wrong hand. Put that hand up. There we go. There we go. That's what, 15, 17 clones inside this ATTE. That's pretty impressive. I mean, of course, like, that's very cramped in there. I mean, that spot is meant for 2, maybe 3 clones, and I have like 6 in there, 7 in there. So yeah, but very cramped. But yeah, so yeah, that's how many clones you can fit in there if you wanted. So that's actually a lot of troopers. But yeah, so that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.